Okay, all right. So welcome everyone. How are you guys doing? All right, good. Oh, this actually responds good after 1.5 years facing a computer. We ask something, you just wait for the chat to go. All right, yeah, that's good. I'm so thrilled to see people here, real people. I'm sure you hear this in every single lecture by Thursday now. So sorry for repeating a lot of these personal amazement, I guess, to every single lecturer. So I think most of you sort of saw me once on Tuesday already. My name is Sunny. See a long Chinese name on the website, but just call me Sunny is fine. I am actually a new lecturer here. I'm a new teaching fellow in the maths department. I've studied in the UK before, and I've actually spent the past 5 years in the States doing my PhD, and just really glad to move back to the UK with such brilliant weather here. So it's not California. Anyway, so I'll be leading the problem classes, and so today we have quite a modest goal. We want to sort of start you off. I know it's really overwhelming, not only for a lot of you. Just out of curiosity, how many of you have on the campus for the first time? Is it everyone? No, I mean this academic year. You were here last year. Oh, okay. All right. Yes. All right. Good. So you know more than I do. All right. Good. But still a lot of new changes. So and on the sort of side you off. Slightly making sure everyone can solve the same place, because with mathematics especially, it's a type of subject, unlike the humanities, as you know, it's like a subject that if you don't understand the first couple of lectures, everything else is based on it, so you'll get more and more lost throughout. So it's very important to make sure you're on top of things, especially matrices, understand how to do those well. And we're not going to do a full recap because that will be really boring, but I'll try to state some of the things that you need to know. In a moment, I'll write out some of the jargons and terminologies. If you've seen those before, you know you're good. If you haven't seen those before, have you seen the matrix review PDF on Blackboard? I see some nods. All right, yeah, good. If for those who haven't checked it out, check it out there. If you see any words, basically, or terminologies that you're not familiar with, go and make sure so that's your homework, your task, to make sure you are on top of that. And we'll sort of see how we go and do a 1 or 2 eigenvalue problems. Okay, let me talk about some logistics first. Of course, if you cannot hear me, is the mic working actually at the back? I don't know, not sure, but you can hear me. Okay, that's good. Looks like it's recording, so that's okay. All right, so I think out of the pandemic, everyone's first question is these things recorded? The answer is yes. All right. I will not have any, or most of the time I won't have any printed notes. So even though they're recorded, I do encourage you taking notes. Will be most of the time using the physical Blackboard, and there's some value, I believe, in studying math. The professor used to joke in the process of studying mathematics is the lecturer copying things from his notes to the board and the students copying from the board to the notes, and somehow through that process some things retain in your brain. It sounds like a joke, but there is some sort of wisdom in there that the act of writing it out once instead of just looking at it, the fact that you're writing something, there's some sort of muscle memory going on, it works. So that's my recommendation of that. Okay, so that's the first thing. Regarding recording, as you know, or as I'm learning in Southampton over here, Panopto is the main recording system. However, in this room is anyone of you been in this room before? Yeah. Oh, okay, some, okay, some not, some yes, okay. For those who have, you realize that the camera is from there Yes, exactly. And it's staring on top of my head. So, and the board sort of moved out of screen very quickly if I push it up there. So I am experimenting with this, which I don't know if I'll keep it up or not, but at least I'll try. So no guarantees. With also a Zoom session with my own webcam over here. If you like, feel free to log on to there. If you want a better view, I guess, from me. And if it works in today's trial lesson, obviously I'll upload the recording or both recordings to Blackboard after it's done. Yes. And if it works for anyone who hasn't come to campus yet later on, maybe I could consider making that a live Zoom session as well. But yeah, anyway, that's a little bit further along. Also, if it works fine, Zoom also has a nice feature of being able to take polls. So if some of you have a computer, have a smartphone or anything that can log on to Zoom, sometimes I can take polls just to add some interactions as well. Oh, and one more thing is, one of the benefits of being in physical lectures is you get to ask questions, but that could be a pro and con to some students. For example, when I was a student, I was really shy and it's really intimidating in front of everyone to ask a question. So one thing moving to the pandemic that some students find it nice was you can ask questions through chat. There's some sort of anonymity there, so you just feel more comfortable. And I have the chat open over there, so if anyone wants to pop a question there, I'll keep an eye on there. Or if someone notices there's an unanswered question on chat as well, just let me know and I can look at that if you feel more comfortable. All right, all those are experimental, but we'll see how this goes. All right, so the next thing is the format. And of course, if you can't see anything of the on the board, or if you can't hear me, make sure you let me know right away. So the format of these problem classes. In the last one I briefly mentioned already. So there's 3 goals. It's just visible. The first is to flesh out the lectures with examples or work examples. Okay, so in lectures, you will have some examples, but a lot of times it's more concept focused. And as engineers and mathematics is basically learned through examples, you need to be able to do it. And in these sessions, that's the idea, to do more examples to see how as you know, learning concept is one thing and able to do the practical techniques is another thing. So we are focusing on the practical techniques. And at the same time, I will give you, or try my best to give you some problem solving tips and techniques, including like exam techniques, how to approach certain problems. So for example, eigenvalues. Oh, another thing is, this might be out of view in some of the recordings. I think all of the recordings. I'll keep that in mind in the future. Sometimes in the beginning, I'll just put up a few questions. So if you come in early and if you have nothing better to do, you can give that a try yourself first. Or if you are bored of what I'm saying over here, you can just work on those as well, just to give you something to do and not fall asleep. Otherwise, I'll fall asleep too. So yeah, problem solving tips. Yes, that's right. Eigenvalue problems. I presume you've seen a couple of examples by now, right, in lectures. Has Chris showed you a quick trick for 2x2 eigenvalues problems with the mean and the product, with a trace and determinant? Doesn't ring a bell. Okay, good. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll get to that today, but definitely next time I'll show you, because today I just want to make sure you have the basics. So a lot of things, there's sort of the canonical way or the traditional way of doing things. And then sometimes there's a quick trick you can do. Like, for example, in high school math, like factorizing polynomials, you know, there's a standard way of doing it, and then there's some quick tricks. So whenever it applies, I'll take the opportunity of these sessions to show you that as well. So there's a really neat one for 2x2. Doesn't quite work for 3x3, but 2x2, you immediately can get it. In the exams, not sure if it's, you can do that in exam, but I'll double check with Chris as well in terms of exams and get back to you if you have any questions about those things. But definitely, even if it's if the trick is not the preferable way to present it in an exam, it's a good way to double check. Or if it's a multiple choice, which I think you will have some multiple choice, then you can use whatever methods you like. All right, and the last goal of these problem solving classes or problem classes is the chance for you to ask questions to go through. One way I'm thinking of using the poll is later on is to see if I have a number of topics and I want to see which ones you guys want me to cover or put more emphasis in. I'll do it through a Zoom poll, something like that. All right, but that's down the road. Okay, and yeah, preparation for this. So to prepare for this class, let's see, let's just do 2 more logistics points. So to prepare, really make sure you review the notes on laptop. Bring any paper and any notes or pen and paper and stuff to take notes over here. Be prepared to work on some problems like that with some scratch work or rough work on the side, and also prepare any questions you have from your revision and lectures that you want me to go through as well. Okay. Another tip is if you can try to come in around 10-15 minutes earlier, you can try out problems over here or just take the chance to review, do some of these things to prepare any questions or review the notes from the past 3 or 4 lectures before this. Okay, and final logistics point, just to get this out of the way, is any other questions outside of class? So, so if you don't get a chance to ask your question during either the lectures or the problem class with me, if you have any other questions, whether it's academic related, so whether it's related to the course itself, or just logistics, like when is the exam, what is the format of the exam, how long is it, those kind of things, you can either ask me after class, ask me or Chris after the class, or use the Blackboard discussion board. Guys used it before? Yep, good. All right. Yeah, so try to avoid emails. That's what I'm saying. We're all sort of swamped with emails. So yeah, try to avoid that. And I encourage you guys to also, I believe you guys have the ability to reply to each other on the forum, on the board. Yeah, so if I encourage you to help each other out and reply to some of those. If it's a basic sort of syllabus type questions, you can already help each other out. Me and Chris will regularly check that. And if we see a good answer, we can just say that's correct, or we can just endorse an answer, basically. And it'll really help us out. Okay, so that's all the logistics there is. Before we jump into matrices, any questions? Any course or otherwise logistics? Okay. Everyone either looks happy or confused.